Good morning. It's Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. This is your Georgia WeatherNet morning update. The radar looks about the same as yesterday. Rain a little bit lighter in North Georgia, but still moving to the northeast. So we're going to keep most of the rain above I-20 again through the morning hours. But we do have some big changes on the way with some thunderstorms moving through with a pretty strong cold front. So we'll talk about that. Let's take a look at our current temperatures right now across the state. Again, about the same as yesterday. A little bit cooler in parts of northeast Georgia with some cooler air spilling down from the east side of the mountains. So we do have 55 in Canton, 57 in Athens, and then the rest of the state checking in with those low 60s in North Georgia, mid 60s to a few upper 60s in parts of South Georgia. Here's our severe weather outlook. This takes us until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. A shade of green, that's a general thunderstorm risk. Our lighter shade of yellow, level 1 out of 5 severe weather risk. That covers Atlanta, Rome, Macon, and down to Valdosta. Level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk, LaGrange and Columbus, right up to Albany. And this is mainly going to be very late tonight and through the overnight hours. So once again, a severe weather risk while a lot of people will be sleeping. So it's very important that we have a way to get those severe weather updates as we move through the late night and overnight hours tonight into tomorrow morning. And also want you to notice out to our west in southern Mississippi, parts of Louisiana and southwest Alabama, that's a level 4 out of 5 severe weather risk. So the parameters are very, very high, especially down along the Gulf Coast for the potential of some destructive tornadoes. We're really seeing those numbers drop a lot as the storms move toward Georgia, but still that severe weather risk is there. We've got to keep an eye on it. And then for tomorrow after 7 a.m., level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk for coastal Georgia, up to Savannah, Statesboro's in there, Douglas, Valdosta once again under that level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk, and the level 1 risk covers the rest of Georgia just about, except for the extreme western edge of the state. So now we know our risk. Let's take a look at the modeling, and we'll get the timing. So as we move through the day today, those showers continue to track toward North Georgia. The rest of the state will be fairly quiet as we move through the afternoon hours. Just, again, a couple of pop-up showers up to the north. So the atmosphere getting charged up, ready for this line to move through, and it is approaching as we head toward 5, 6 o'clock this afternoon. This is this initial edge, looking at some strong straight-line winds in southwest Georgia by about 5, 6 o'clock today. Just mainly showers heading into northwest Georgia, and then starting to head into metro Atlanta as we move through the evening hours. And then another line starting to develop. This is where we could see some embedded strong to severe thunderstorms stretching from Macon all the way down to Blakely, starting to move into Albany later tonight. This is 11 o'clock now. This is midnight. And that initial line is starting to fade somewhat. As we look up in North Georgia, we see all that green. That's pretty stable air. It's going to be very windy tonight, a lot of rain, but our severe weather risk above I-20 is going to be pretty low as we move through the overnight hours. But southwest Georgia will be a little different story. So now we head toward 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, watching a secondary line start to form. Looks a little disorganized from Macon over to Columbus, but we're going to see some embedded thunderstorms in there that could go strong to severe. We're going to watch out for that, and we can start to see that line forming a little bit better now. Again, connecting Macon to Albany here in southwest Georgia. That's going to be a pretty strong squall line, it looks like, but trying to break apart after daybreak tomorrow. But that continues to drive toward the east, heading into from Valdosta, stretching up toward Vidalia. And then by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, that continues to push off toward the east. We're going to be pretty much clear west of I-75. Still going to be very windy throughout the day tomorrow across the state of Georgia, but our severe weather risk shifts toward coastal Georgia by around midday tomorrow, moving in towards Savannah at noon, and then finally crossing the coastline. Should be out of here by 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. On the backside, just a few scattered showers, but noticeably cooler, and that wind will still be kicking up through the day tomorrow. So we continue moving our modeling forward to tomorrow evening, just looking at those scattered showers around. So that gives you an idea of some of the timing. Again, looking at a lot of the severe weather parameters, the worst is going to be to our west, going to be in southern Alabama and Mississippi. But we do have some pretty decent tornado parameters right at the Alabama-Georgia state line that we're going to be watching late tonight and into the overnight hours. So just remain weather aware, especially in southwest Georgia. Of course, I'm going to be right here in the Storm Center to keep you up to date throughout the evening and throughout the overnight hours as well. That's the latest from the Georgia WeatherNet. Now your local forecast from northwest Georgia to southeast Georgia.